In The Six Secrets of Change, Michael Fullan attempts to weave together characteristics that account for organizational success. After examining a variety of business and educational reform issues, he provides a guide to help individuals critically evaluate things that businesses do well and identify areas where improvement or change can be made. In the introduction, Fullan discusses the importance of theories, especially theories that travel, and their universal application. He lauds the strength of a good theory. On page 16 he states, "Good theories are critical because they give you a handle on the underlying reason behind actions and their consequences. Without a good theory, all you can do is acquire techniques, surface manifestations of the underlying real McCoy." He cautions of the acceptance of any one theory as the cure for all problems, a silver bullet. Most issues are far too complex for a single quick fix. Leaders must be willing to adjust to situations and realize that circumstances are constantly changing. In order to survive, one must adapt. On page 6, Fullan states, "Probably the two greatest failures of leaders are indecisiveness in times of urgent need for action and dead certainty that they are right in times of complexity." Adolf Hitler made both of these mistakes in the misjudgment of the D-Day invasion at Normandy in 1944. Don't believe everything you read. That's what Fullan suggests about his theory, The Six Secrets of Change. They should be viewed through a critical lens. Test things against your experience to see which theories are lasting. The first of Fullan's secrets is love your employees. Successful companies are not only concerned about their customers, but are equally concerned about their employees. How does a company view their employees? How are the employees treated by management? Do the employees get an opportunity to contribute to improving the company? An emphasis that is not balanced can cause a company to stagnate and potentially go out of business. Fullan discusses passages from a book by Sisodia, Wolf, and Sheath entitled Firms of Endearment. In this text, 28 companies are listed that manage to balance the needs of the customer and the needs of the employees, and consequently have seen great success over the last 10 years. Some rather familiar companies like Amazon, Google, Toyota, UPS, Starbucks, Costco, and Whole Foods are considered successful at this balance. These companies have been especially successful in their markets as compared to other corporations and produce large returns for investors. The features that Fullan described reminded me of the current debate about minimum wage, healthcare options, and even employee-provided childcare that have recently been in the news. The companies that are listed in the Firms of Endearment provide a good product at a competitive price and have lower employee turnover. People want to work for these companies because they feel valued and believe in the mission focus of the company. The second secret is connect peers with purpose. I consider this secret the basic team approach. Fullan calls it the too tight, too loose dilemma. The basic premise of this chapter is that a company will be more successful if the employees work together toward a common goal and encourage one another for the betterment of the company rather than the solo look out for number one mentality. On page 45, Fullan explains the conditions under which positive peer interaction works effectively. 1. When the larger value of the organization and those of the individuals and groups mesh. 2. When information and knowledge about effective practices are widely and openly shared. 3. When monitoring mechanisms are in place to detect and address ineffective actions while also identifying and consolidating effective practices. The interactions between management and teams reminds me of the Baker article about followership and how the leader and the follower work in concert to make the business flourish. The amount of control extended by management will vary as needed for the situation. The third secret is capacity building prevails, which is a nutshell is hire the right people and provide them with opportunities to continuously improve. The right people with support will be motivated to help the corporation improve. Fullan goes through a discussion of how a fearful, judgmental work environment does not motivate people to do more in regard to long-term success for a company. Building capacity promotes the idea of the team player. Fullan discusses how it's important to hire talented people and to cultivate them. A valued employee is one that is knowledgeable, well-rounded in ability, and able to work with one's peers. It's not about individual talent, but about a combination of factors. After reading these first 3 chapters, I was pondering the problem that I see in public education. The problems are widespread with no easy solution. The views of teaching through the eyes of leadership is one of the key components for improving education in the U.S. Although local leadership may be very supportive of teachers, the real issue lies with the view of education professionals by the public and lawmakers. Perhaps it would be good for lawmakers to consider reading the first 3 chapters of Fullan's book. Thank you.
Created using Powtoon.